Mama, oh, so that was not the right beat at all. Well, like forever, like a really long time. Moving on! Music genres, part 2. Disco, opera, and calypso. This video will really help you if you are a musician looking for inspiration, or if you're an actor or improv comedian who might need to be able to perform these genres at a moment's notice. I put together all this research when I was teaching improvised musical comedy. The audience would suggest a genre, and my students, without thinking about it, would need to pull that genre out of their head, perform a full song in that genre that the audience would love. This information is how we quickly taught ourselves each of these genres so that we would be able to perform them at a moment's notice. Let's talk about disco, baby! Disco's a really fun one because it's very upbeat. You're gonna get a lot of high sounds, a lot of big bands, lots of people playing lots of instruments, and people experimenting with vocal quality, doing fun things like making their voice sound like instruments. The themes are all around feeling good, partying, getting down in all the senses of the word. A lot of fun stuff. You're gonna celebrate, you're gonna have a good time, you're gonna get on the floor. Keywords for disco: freak or being freaky, celebrating, words around that, around partying and having a good time. Dance, anything to do with dancing, descriptions on how to dance, what kind of dancing, anything to do with dancing, and then specifically get up and get on the floor. If you are improvising a disco verse, this is another one that sounds a little lame without the instrumentals, but I'm going to show you how to do it anyway. So you always got to shake a little bit. I feel like it's definitely impossible to do disco without shaking a little bit. If I'm improvising a disco verse, I'm going to, again, give it a very simple structure, and I'm going to focus on having fun and putting that fun vocal quality into what I'm doing. And simple rhymes. You don't have to complicate this. So, we're gonna dance tonight, baby. We're gonna shake tonight, baby. Let's get out on the floor, lady. Let's get out on the floor. And as long as you're having fun and you've got fun music backing you up, you throw in one of these, your audience will have a good time. Further listening to learn more about disco: Kool and the Gang, Earth, Wind and Fire, the Bee Gees, and Donna Summers. Now let's talk about opera. Yes, people will want you to do opera in improvised musicals. It's happened. Opera is a narrative form, usually a comedy or a tragedy, with appropriately up or downbeat songs. It's characterized by an orchestral backing, lots of instruments, sounds a lot like classical music, with somebody singing over it and probably having a hard time. Vocals are characterized by melismatic singing, which is holding one note for a very long time, and ensemble singing, where you have a lot of people singing over each other in roughly the same melody but different words. You're gonna have lots of repetition, usually a good phrase or two will settle for much of the song, and songs are generally broken into either recitations, reciting, which are more spoken sounding parts that move the narrative forward, where characters kind of give you the facts of what's going on, and arias, which are more emotional, about one character's felt and lived experience. In order to do opera, you are not classically trained in opera. You are an improviser trying to make sure that you can just do it, or you just want to play around with the form. Make sure that you are using a big voice from the diaphragm, and that you are drawing out your syllables. If you're doing an aria, the themes are going to be doubt, love, fear, anger, just big emotions. If you're doing the more recitative one, you're just going to be giving details to move the narrative along. Opera doesn't really have key words because they're narrative, so it can be about a lot of different plots and things happening. Just focus for the recitation style and describing what is happening and giving the audience the narrative background that they need. And then for arias, focus on those big emotional feeling words. If you are improvising opera, the audience has asked for it. It's their fault, not yours. Just go for it. Get a big voice under it. Nobody expects you to be able to do it super well. You can keep it very simple as long as you put the emotion behind it. I'm going to improvise maybe somebody opening up a scene, giving a little bit of details. I'm going to improvise a little bit of an aria. So let's say, I'm just going to throw this out here. I'm a baker and my son wants to go slay dragons. You are my son. You are my son, and you will bake. Yes, you will bake. get to the ovens, and just hold that note out. I won't make you deal with that right now in this video, but just hold that note out and have fun with very simple notes and big movements, and your audience will enjoy it. If you're doing an aria, you're gonna want to really feel that emotion. So now I'm the sun who wants to go slay dragons. I know I'm meant for something greater. I'm meant to be the dragon slayer. And like playing with where your notes are is fun too, if you can do that at all. You don't have to be a good singer to improvise this. As long as you get into the emotion and play with moving up and down with it, the audience will have fun watching you do it. Further sources for opera. This is a long list with names that can be hard to pronounce, so I'm just going to read off my phone. Examples of Italian operas: Mozart, Verdi, Donizetti, Puccini. German operas, you're going to see Wagner, Strauss, Beethoven. Russian operas, Tchaikovsky, Mussorgsky. English language opera is rare, more recent. For that, you're going to see people like Gershwin, Philip Glass, and John Adams. Now, Calypso. Calypso is Caribbean music, often concealing a social commentary. It's got a very simple structure and very simple lines. You can rhyme melody and harmoniously, and basically rhyme any adverb with any adverb. The structure is simple. You're gonna go verse, refrain, verse, refrain. Verses are 8 lines, refrains are 4 lines. The themes are sex, corruption, politics, sometimes they're just funny little anecdotes, also poverty. Basically, it's funny stories or wordplay that is concealing social commentary. Calypso doesn't so much have keywords as key topics, and sometimes certain singers will return to certain ideas or phrases throughout a song or throughout their career. So just check out some of the further listening for Calypso to get an idea of what kind of language they use. For your themes, you've got sex, corruption, politics, and colonialism. Also, sometimes it's just funny little anecdotes. But because the history of Calypso is so tied in with colonialism, this can be a little challenging to improvise, and a lot of Calypso is the accent and persona of the performer. So if you're doing this, just be cognizant of that, be cognizant of the history around it. You don't need to try and go for an all-out accent. It's better if you don't go for the accent unless it culturally makes sense for you to go for the accent. Just be cognizant, be careful about your lyrics and how you present yourself. If I was improvising this, keep the rhymes very, very simple, keep it very fun, keep it very quick. If you're feeling spicy, you can throw in that little hidden meaning or that social commentary, but you don't necessarily need to. Just be cognizant of the history of this genre if you're going to do it. This is another one that's hard to do without instrumentals. So now I'm going to do the refrain. My mama always told me I am her favorite son. My mama always told me I would be #1. My mama always told me I'd be a shining star. But mama told me wrong, I didn't get very far. Okay, so it's basically sing-songy presentations of sad things. Now I'm going to do my verse along the same lines. Basically just that kind of same thing, but longer, riffing on the same thing. So, I worked all day and night to be a movie star. I love the flashy lights and I thought about the cars. I knew that all the women would be all over me. I knew that someday I would be like Jim Carrey. So it popped into my head. Moving on. My passions and my dreams were all crushed underfoot when I couldn't get to California by water or by foot. Now my clothes are ragged and all my dreams are gone, and all I've got left of them is this dumb song. Oh, mama always told me I was her favorite son. Then you go back into the verse. Another hint about improvising music: as long as you keep going, the audience doesn't care if you mess up. Further listening in the Calypso genre: Lord Kitchener, Lord Invader, Roaring Lion, and Mighty Sparrow. So that was disco, opera, and Calypso. Thank you so much for joining me. If you know anything about these genres that you would like to share, or you have some thoughts about interesting subgenres within them, please put it in the comments below. Love it when people share their knowledge with us. If you are interested in learning even more about songwriting, we have a great thing coming out soon for you. It's called the Songwriting Pack. It'll take you all the way from knowing next to nothing about music to actually publishing music and having people listen to it in 30 days. We'll let you know about the release if you go to the link below and sign up for our mailing list. We'll make sure that you know as soon as we have the Songwriting Pack out. Most importantly, let's go make some music. I worked all day and night to be a movie star. I love the flashy lights and I thought about the cars. I thought that I would get there if I kept my... okay. Or actually, let me do that verse again.